All right, I'm gonna make an urn today. This is for a friend. Her mom passed away, so Jake Thompson from Northside Custom Crafts made the blank for this, and gonna go ahead and I put it in between centers. I'm gonna part off the top of it here for the lid, and I'm using the Easy Wood parting tool to do that. So I just brought it out from the chuck so I can get around the bottom of it, and that way I can shape it a little bit more so I can clean it up. I do need to hollow it out. So by bringing it out a little bit more, you can get down there so you can figure out what the wall thickness is. So I'm just going to bring around the corner here and shape it just this top part of it. And then I am going to use the threaded rings on it, so we'll get those set here in just a second. I'm using the Easy Wood with the negative rake, and what I'm going to do here is use the calipers to set the diameter for the outside of the threaded rings. So I just hold the one side up against it, and that way I know exactly where to go put the recess in. So with something like this too, especially if you're trying to fit the threaded rings, just take your time, go nice and slow, and then that way you make them fit nice. So this little spot here in the center, I'm cleaning that out with the #1 hollower, and I don't know if you can hear that, but that's the puppy next door barking. Oh, so I'm just getting that cleaned out, and then I will use a Forstner bit because that really takes out a ton of the material in the center. Help support the companies that support our community. So I grabbed the Forstner bit. I'm not sure what size it was. I just kind of grabbed it, and if it was going to leave enough for the shelf, I went ahead and went with it. So what this does is it cleans out the majority of the inside, so you don't have to turn it out. And then I just went ahead and finished hollowing it out. And I did the whole thing with the #1 hollower, but using a Forstner bit on basically anything like this, an urn, lidded box, it really speeds up the whole process. And then I wet sanded this part of it, the top part, all the way up to 600. I ran through all the grits all the way up, and then I used the Yorkshire grit, the microfine. And with this, you just kind of wipe it on with the lathe off, and then we'll turn the lathe speed up and polish it up. So I'm going to change the jaws here real quick and flip it around, and then we'll get the bottom turned off of this. So the recess we made for the inserts, you can use that to grab a hold of it with the jaws. You just expand them, and it holds onto them very well. So we'll bring the tailstock up to get the majority off, and then clean up that little bit on the bottom. And then once you get it all cleaned up, you just pull the tailstock away, and then you just have that little spot there in the center to clean up. And then with this same process, I ran through all the grits up to 600 and then used the microfine. So I did put a coat of the Pins Plus on over the top of it. So after I got the microfine on there, I wiped it all off and just went ahead and put 3 coats of the Pins Plus on it. So with this, it's the same thing. You apply it with the lathe off and then turn the lathe up and buff it. So the Pins Plus is generally used for smaller things, but this wasn't that big, so I wanted to put a few coats on it. It's generally used for smaller things like pins and stuff like that. But it did a nice job on this. So for the lid, we need to make a tenon on that. So I put that part in the chuck and we'll bring it down with a parting tool to get the tenon set, and then we can grab a hold of that tenon with the chuck and turn the top of it. And with this too, just take your time, go nice and slow, and just make sure that you have a nice fit for the ring. That way you just have to use a little bit of epoxy to glue it on. I'm cleaning up underneath the lid there. So I used the D-Way tool. It's one of their box tools, so it just makes a nice straight edge, and then it has a flat spot on the bottom. So it works really well for doing just that edge right there. And then I used the #1 hollower to kind of curve it around a little bit, and then we'll get this in the chuck, reverse it, and finish off the top of the lid. So this is a nice, easy way to turn stuff like this, lidded boxes, things. It really being able to use that recess and tenon to finish off the pieces really makes it easy and kind of speeds up the whole process. So I'm just getting the majority of this material off, and I will shape the top of the lid, and then same process with this. We'll run through all the grits and finish it off with the Yorkshire grit and Pins Plus. Now to install the rings, I use 5-minute epoxy. I'll put a link down below in the description for that. So I just use a popsicle stick, just put it on a few spots around the ring, and then put it in and spin it. Just make a full rotation, and it will get the epoxy around it. And you really don't need much. So I just kind of put a few dabs around. This is the one for the tenon. And then you put it on, spin it, and it coats it on there. And then if there is any extra, just wipe it off. There we go. It's all done. It's 3.5 inches in diameter and 6 inches tall. So I am going to take this back to Texas. We're going to be at the SWAT Woodturning Symposium next week. So I'm going to take this back to Jake. He's going to be there too. I hope you like the urn. All right, everybody have a great week, and we will see you next time. Take care.